Greetings, YouTube. Happy Saturday. It's been a few days since we had a bundle to grade. And of course, you never count the featured Cavalier crystals that appear in the game on Thursday as a graded bundle. But we do have the Class Catalyst bundle and the 4-star rank up bundle. We have two different bundles to grade, two for the price of one, as I'll be covering both those bundles in the same video. I also tried to do that a few days ago and throw that into the Incursions rewards video, and people, I guess because the title didn't suggest it, just said I never reviewed it, so I'll have to try to be more specific on the title of this one. But the Class Catalyst bundle is for those of you who are contender, and the 4-star rank up bundle is for those of you who are proven. So this is clearly not an in-game kind of day, and yet we are still wanting to grade both those. So the Class Catalyst bundle, this really is for people who don't have access to the Black ISO store. But then again, if you don't, why not spend the $10 to get the monthly subscription-based service? Because you can choose two of each with your trade-ins, and the tier 1s and tier 2s are a 1-to-1 ratio, and the tier 3s are a 2-to-1 ratio. What do I mean by that? Well, when you go to the Black ISO market, you can see that you can trade in generics of tier 1, tier 2, and like I said, it's a 2-to-1 ratio where you have to trade in two generics. The others are 1 for tier 3, but it's still great, and they're Class Catalyst selectors. You get to choose your class, and yes, it's only 2, but still, that is a selector. This, for $10, should be a selector as well. You should be able to say, I want 6 tier 1s of this class, of tier 2s and tier 3s. If that was the case, I'd say $10, fine. But they're not. They're Class Catalyst gambles, right? They're crystals. They determine the class, not you. And with the 1 out of 6 RNG, you're just going to mostly land on classes that you don't need or don't want. And because of that, it's a lot smarter to wait and just do the daily Class Catalyst grind on the specific day where you can get a fully formed, except, of course, for the tier 3s, because those are the worst value for your energy in the game. However, you won't have a control at all over the 6 tier 3s you get in this anyway. So I just feel like this bundle is a terrible idea, and whoever designed it probably hasn't designed anything before and should go back to running donut runs for Kabam instead of helping their marketing team. Because this bundle, if you were doing the selectors, I'd say fine. But if it's the Catalyst crystals, and it is, $5 is the max they should be charging, and even that is not a great deal because you also don't even get basics or maybe a couple tier 1s thrown in. I'm going to give that an F for this stage, even though it's obviously targeted at newer players. It's still just, it's too much risk for the money. And it is the same price as that Black ISO store. If you haven't subscribed to it, but you're thinking about getting that bundle, put the $10 in that. You'll get way more value. All right, now we have the 4-star rank up bundle for the low price of $50. So this does give a summoner a chance to pull a 4-star straight out of a crystal and take them because of rank up gems from rank 1 to rank 5. But there's no gold included in this bundle, and most importantly, no 4-star crystal. It just kind of assumes that, of course, you have plenty of 4-star champions, which if you are the progression level that is needed to unlock this bundle, which, as a reminder to us all, is proven, which is completing Act 3 or higher. I'm sure you have at least 1 or 2 good 4-stars. But for the same price, normally it's a rank 4 to rank 5, this thing, rank up gem, for either $20 or $30. So is it worth it then to ask another $20 to have the rank up gems from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and 3 to 4? Maybe. But at the same time, $50 is a lot of money when you're not in a pandemic. But when you are in a pandemic, you end up having to be a little bit more strict when it comes to grades because you realize that the financial strain on the average subscriber and viewer of your offer grade reviews is tighter. I know plenty of people, and I say this every time, who could spend a couple $100 a month, and now they lost their job, their budget's tight. They might be lucky to afford that $10 we talked about in this video for the Black ISO store a month, and that's it. So if you're going to spend money, you got to make sure outside of the usual A++ deals of July 4th and Cyber Weekend that there is a great offer, and this is not it. The left side is an F. The right side isn't an F. I think that'd be way too harsh, but I do think that it's probably like a D+. For those summoners who want access to rank up materials faster, a 4-star, I get the appeal of this. Of course, you are going to have such a hard time if you're proven getting the right amount of catalysts, even if they're basic or tier 1 alpha, but especially tier 4 class catalysts to take a 4-star to rank 5. It took me over 2 years to do that on my account. My first 4-star to rank 5 was OG pre-patch 12.0 Black Widow. Loved fighting with her. But in the meantime, YouTube, I'm just going to say it. This, if you want it to be a good deal, it should be $30. And I'm sure there are people who are still thinking $30. It should be like $10. But realistically, given the price of what we've seen in the past, $30 would be a fair price for where we are in 2020. But instead, it's $50. So the 4-star rank up bundle really is still priced for those summoners how it was a couple years ago. And that is just not great value, given that we now know you can't take 4-stars into Act 6 and beyond. Now that this is what that's for, but when you even want to take them in for synergy purposes and can't, it just lowers their value overall in the contest and lowers their value when I grade, quite frankly, rank up bundle for 4-stars. So there you have it, YouTube. F on the left, D+ on the right, and that's probably a generous D+ at that. This is thinking through the lens of people who really are desperate for these items, not, of course, anywhere close to in-game players who aren't going to use 4-stars in progression anyway. Have a great rest of your weekend, YouTube. Thanks for watching and supporting my Marvel Contest of Champions YouTube channel.